everyone, this is Ramalinga Prasad Gupta. Welcome to my channel Pharma World. Today's topic is Product Development Stages Part 2. In Stage 2, we will learn how commercialization step is achieved. Let us see the sequence of events in more detail. After establishing the laboratory scale experimentation, it is ready for challenge at large scale. After successful completion of laboratory gram scale experimentation, the basic process is firmed up in terms of chemistry. Reaction dynamics are different at relatively large scale production. Reaction timings, yields at various stages may vary. So it is necessary to map the suitable equipment for commercial scale. Many organizations take up a kilo lab scale or a pilot scale. This stage will provide very useful data on batch cycle times on commercial scale. This is in fact a challenge test to establish the suitability of the scale-up of laboratory process. It is recommended to take 3 batches data for establishing the process conditions firmly. An addendum to the development report should be made incorporating the changes based on the data from pilot scale batches, if any. The development team executes the batches in pilot scale. Now the firmed up development report should be updated with an addendum incorporating the data from pilot scale batches. There may be minor variations to the conditions prescribed in the development report. If there are no changes at all, this step is not relevant, but it may happen very rarely. Final technology transfer report should be submitted to the production team with recommendations for commercialization. Now the technology transfer package with additional recommendations should be handed over to the production team for routine commercialization. Technology transfer document could be an executive summary of development report and detailed additional recommendations. The technology transfer dossier must have details of critical control points, particularly in terms of the batch cycle times, heating, cooling cycles to scale up the lab process, additional precautions on incremental addition of reactants, storage and packaging of isolated stages, etc. It is also important to indicate how long the process materials can be held for further processing in case of any breakdowns. An example BPCR should be available at this stage. Process qualification should be planned in commercial scale. Detailed plan with execution of 3 pilot scale batches with an official BPCR should be made. R&D will involve only to 10% of activity and production group will take 90% responsibility in this stage. R&D will involve only when there is a chemistry related issue. After successful completion of qualification, process validation should be planned. The protocol must contain the details of brief purpose of the validation exercise, batches selected, equipment list, identified critical process parameters, details of in-process controls, intermediate controls, final product controls, packaging and storage details, recording formats, and finally a reference to a conclusion report indicating the successful completion of the commercial manufacturing. The validation report has to be made exactly as prescribed in the validation protocol document. Please note that the cleaning validation is also a part of the process validation. Unless the cleaning validation is complete, it is not considered that the process validation is complete. Product characterization, impurity characterization should be done on the product at various stages of intermediates. This step is required to establish the identity and characteristics of the product, intermediates, and impurities generated in the process. This is more important if the product is unique and no standards are available in open market. Details of characterization of compounds were discussed in earlier video titled Impurities in Pharmaceutical Products. You may please refer that. Generally, a third-party laboratory will be used for this activity. The development team should coordinate this activity. Subsequently, analytical method validations, forced degradation studies, stability studies should be executed. All analytical method validations for assay, related compounds, residual solvents, estimation of traces of impurities in cleaning validations, any other important methods that are critical for stability studies of the compound should be completed at this stage. Forced degradation studies are necessary to establish the potential ingress of degraded impurities and the capability of the analytical methods to detect such impurities accurately. It is also necessary to carry out the light sensitivity study. It is expected that whenever it is claimed that the product is light sensitive, that is photolabile, it is not required to carry out the degradation study under light. If the product is claimed to be photostable, it is necessary to prove that. Other stress degradations have to be continued for evidence. It is recommended that licenses and permissions may be obtained at this step if the commercial production takes longer time and the product for commercial distribution is proposed to dispatch from the pilot plant scale batches itself. This strategy is to avoid any delays in getting statutory licenses, permissions from local authorities. If the statutory requirements are met earlier, there will not be any constraints for routine commercial production. Let us see how the data is generated. After successful completion of process validation, including all other necessary validations, data should be compiled from at least consecutive batches. Data from minimum 3 batches is required to evaluate statistically. But if there is data from more batches, more accurate the statistical data is. The data should include all process parameters, in-process control results, yields at various steps of process, analytical data of intermediates and final product, physical properties like bulk density, texture, flowability, crystal nature, etc. also should be captured in detail. All this data should be captured in Excel sheet so that the statistical evaluation is easier. If the commercialization process takes longer time depending upon the marketing strategy, the process validation could be accomplished in pilot plant scale itself. But it is important that the manufacturing be carried out under GMP conditions as in the commercial scale. So the other items like characterization, analytical method validations, degradation studies, stability studies could be carried out at the pilot scale product itself. The data should be evaluated statistically to establish the CPK values to establish the consistency of the process. The statistical parameters include CPK values. These indicators establish the process centering and process capability. Six Sigma X-bar graphs, moving range charts also help to establish the data consistency. Other statistical tools that can help are Six Sigma X-bar graphs, moving range graphs, etc. Statistical tools provide strong evidence to establish the consistency of the process. Present the data through graphical representation as a snapshot of the performance. A graphical presentation gives a snapshot of data at once. This is the classical way of presenting the data. One important point to consider is whenever data is plotted in a graph, the data should be closer to each other. For example, never try to combine a graph for SA and impurities because SA will be around 99 to 100%, whereas the impurities will be around 1% or less. So prepare the graph for SA separately. You can combine all impurities in one graph. Let us see how the typical graphs combined will look like. For this data of impurities A, B, C and D and SA, the combined graph will look like this. Both the SA graph and impurities graph look more or less like straight lines. This does not give a snapshot of the trends. Also, there is data from 4 impurities that got merged into almost a single line. It gives meaningful data when plotted as individual graphs for impurities and SA. Let us see how individual typical graphs look like. From the same data, you see the graphs, separate graphs for impurities and SA. See how clearly the trends are captured. So try to draw separate graphs for closer values. For example, one graph for impurities, one for water content and or LOD, sulfated ash, etc. These values will be generally in the range of 0.1% to 0.5% or 1%. Never plot graph for a single value data or any data that has a specification as complies. Even limit tests like less than the standard specification of 10 ppm for heavy metals, you should not give a graph. For such data, the graph will be a straight line and has no meaning. Let us see the regulatory angle. The drug master file, DMF, should be compiled in Common Technical Dossier CTD with all the requirements in the specific format as prescribed by regulatory agency. It is either S format or P format. This is the ultimate stage of product development, the regulatory angle. The CTD format should be drafted as per M4Q Module 2, the Quality Overall Summary, and Module 3, the Quality Guidelines. S format is used for drug substance and P format is used for drug product. There are 7 sections for drug substance starting from 3.2.S.1 to 3.2.S.7. You may have to cross-link the data from other ICH guidelines also in these sections. Similarly, data from 3.2.P.1 to 3.2.P.8, total 8 sections have to be compiled for drug product. We will look into on more details on the data requirements for compilation of DMF on some other occasion. The DMF should be submitted through electronic gateways. DMFs have to be submitted through electronic gateways. Adequate training is necessary to the regulatory team on handling this software. It is very important to include all the data accurately and completely so that there will not be any deficiency letters received from the regulatory agencies for further clarifications of data. This point is important. Data submitted to the regulatory agencies should be full and comprehensive. Inadequate data gets more deficiency letters from the regulatory agencies. This is the second part of the product development life cycle. For a comprehensive product development followed by qualification, further validated in commercial stage. All these steps described in part 1 and part 2 have to be captured in full details. The regulatory focus completes all the aspects for global marketing of the product. Any changes of the process or equipment or specifications have to be updated to the regulatory agencies annually or whenever necessary. Thanks for watching. For more videos, please do subscribe, like and share. Thank you.